Okay, so I'm Suk. I'm going to talk to you about breeding data and tools in GDV. So for breeding data, we have publicly available phenotype data from GREEN, and we also have some private breeding data accessible only by users, the breeders that are specified by the breeders. And both of these can be accessed and managed using a tool called BIMS, Breeding Information Management System. So I'll be mostly talking about BIMS. So BIMS is a secure and comprehensive online breeding data management system embedded in the community databases that allows individual breeders to store, manage, archive, and analyze their private breeding program data. And as I said, it can also be used to provide public breeding data. In addition to GDV, BIMS is available to 4 other community databases that we maintain: GDR, CGD, and PCD, and CottonGen. And many of the breeders in those species are using it. So current functionality of BIMS, so you can manage data yourself. So you can create programs, add members, and control permission levels. And you can upload and edit accession, phenotype, and genotype data using templates or BIMS interface. And create your own data fields to store and search data, and archive the entire data anytime. And as I mentioned, you can make use of publicly available data in the community database. So for example, like if BrAPI produces like a lot of phenotype and genotype data and make it public, then we will load them into GDV, and private breeders will be able to download, import those data into your private program to use with your private data. We do that in WOS-AC. And also you can search genotype data using genomic data stored in the community database. So for example, if you did genotyping using SNP arrays that are stored in GDV, for example, then you won't have to store all the marker data and their genome position and those into your BIMS separately. You can just, as long as the SNP name is the same, you will be able to search your genotype data using the information stored in GDV. And BIMS is Fieldbook and BrAPI compliant. So Fieldbook is an Android app a lot of breeders use to collect phenotype data. So you can upload data, and Fieldbook became recently BrAPI compliant, which I will explain a little bit later. So you can upload data using the Fieldbook output file, or just using by using BrAPI without going through a file. And you can create input files for the Fieldbook app using BIMS, and then you can sync data in multiple devices that has Fieldbook app using BIMS. And once you have your data in the BIMS, you can search and analyze. So for example, you can perform and view statistical analysis on the entire data or any list of accessions you created. You can search phenotypes using various categories and trait cutoff values, and you can save the list. You can also do search genotype using accession properties or marker properties such as genome positions. In addition to the functionalities that I just mentioned, BIMS have more advantages. So first, because BIMS resides in the community databases, you can import curated public breeding data, like I mentioned, and also you can utilize the genomic data that can be in the community database in your private program. And for collaborative projects, all or part of the data can be easily released to public when projects end. And not only BIMS can be used in your private program, but you can also use in private collaborative projects because you can give permission to anyone you want to. And then because it's within the database, so your data will be backed up nightly offsite as well. So it will protect your valuable data. In addition to, you can archive your data in your computer as well. Another advantage of BIMS is that BIMS is built in triple, like Dory mentioned. So triple is a toolkit for database construction used by over 100 databases worldwide, which means we have a lot of developers. So in addition to the core modules, developers worldwide can develop and share extension modules, like the Symphony Viewer is not built by us, but the Map Viewer is built by us, so we all share them. And so currently over 40 extension modules are available. So which means future analysis tools developed worldwide can be implemented in community databases to be used with BIMS. One example would be like a genome visualization tool for visualizing genomic compositions, such as QTLs, haplotypes, and ancestral blocks. And so we have a lot of developer powers for free. Okay, so now I want to show you BIMS. So the interface looks like this. So we have the top of the BIMS page is always this, like you can choose program and some link to the GDV and other icons. And on the left side, we have accordion menu. So you can go to different sections from any page. And if you choose one of the options in the accordion menu, you will see that option on the main page here. And every page has instructions about how to use that page. So import, there is a data import section. So here you can choose template list, and this will show up and list all the templates for each data types, like accessions, phenotype, genotype, and other like sites. And you can view and download individual template, or you can download all templates in one file. And data can, phenotype data can also be imported using fieldbook output. So that will be under here. So, and the manage breeding section has program, trait, location, cross, accession, and trial. So you can do add, edit, or just view, browse for each of the data types here. For example, if you choose trait, the main section is this, and it will show all the trait descriptors in your program. And if you imported public data from the community database, it will show the descriptor groups for your program and then the public program. And I'm not going to show you in this presentation, but then there is a section functionality where you can merge the two different descriptors if you think they are exactly the same, so that you can compare them. But now I chose the private program descriptors, and then it will show all the descriptors, and you choose one foot length here. And on the right side, it shows the distribution of that phenotype in the entire program, in your program, and with the statistics. So search, like under search, you can do phenotype search, cross search, or genotype search. And so to do phenotype, the search section has 3 sections. The first one, you can choose properties or traits. or if you have custom properties, it will show up here as well. And the second section is set filter. So you choose a property and then you filter it, and then the results is here. So for example, I chose trial, and then I chose like 2011 and 12 trials, and then add. If you press add button here, it will show how many phenotypic measurements are here. And then if you want to add more filters, I chose fruit length under the trait, and you will see the distribution, minimum, maximum, mean, standard deviation for just for the data sets you filtered above. So here, and then you can choose like further, like you can change the minimum and maximum, and then add, then it will show the result will be here. So you can keep doing this until you are satisfied. And if you don't like certain filters you had made it by accident, you can remove them. Or if you are satisfied, you can view the results, or you can further analyze using these data sets. So if you click view, so initially you will see the accessions that you filtered down with the only phenotypes that you chose to filter it. But then if you want to see more phenotype data, you can go above like column options for phenotype, and you can choose more options to be displayed in the results table. So you can add some sample properties like data, year, location, or more traits like this. And then you will see more columns here, like you just chose. And then you can download in two different forms, wide form, long form. You can check to view statistics in the downloaded file, or you can save search as well. So then you can also do data analysis. So you can directly go to statistical analysis, or like in the search result page, there was a button called analyze. Then you can analyze for the refined data sets. But here, if you come directly here, this will be for the entire data set that you have. So here I chose categories. I chose data year, and then I want to, for example, compare like 2010, 11, and 12, and then you choose it and say compare. Then it will calculate, and then you come here, trade, like for those three data sets, I want to compare the SSC. So you choose them, and then on the right side, you will see like how they distribute, like for the 2010 data, 11 data, and 12 data with the statistics below. And if you just want to get rid of one, get rid of 2010, and you will just see the two data sets over here. Okay, so we, like in BIMS, you can do a lot of customization, like in template. I will explain it in detail if I have opportunity later, but then you can add more columns, and then you can name accessions, like you can name it like line or stock or whatever you want to call them. And so all of those customization can be done by clicking this button. And so BIMS and Fieldbook option is like what you call your accession, or like secondary and primary and secondary order. You can call it like field and plot. And so you decide it over here. And then search phenotype category. So if you added your custom columns in your template, in your data, you can search by that custom categories by coming here. Same with the cross search and genotype search. And Fieldbook, like when you make Fieldbook input file using BIMS, you can configure configure the input files over here. And the trade order is what you see under the managed breeding and trade. Like some breeders have like so many trades, and sometimes they want to see their favorite trades on top, so you can change the order. Okay, so I just wanted to show how BIMS is BrAPI compliant now. So like in your Android device, in Fieldbook, you can connect to BIMS by typing your database. Here it says Rosacea, but you can put vaccinium.org and paste Fieldbook, and then log in, and then download an empty input file through BrAPI. And then you collect your phenotype data, and when you are done, you can export phenotype data to BIMS by clicking BrAPI. Otherwise, you can do other options, and you can go through a file. So once you import it, you can come here in BIMS, and you can check imported data to see everything went through correctly. So, I mean, it's easy enough, I think, like importing data from Fieldbook to BIMS without using BrAPI, but then it's even easier, like, because you don't have to go through a file if you use BrAPI. And we are pretty much done with the image data management. So it's in our test site now, but you will be able to import the image of trade descriptors like this, or the pictures that you take using your device like Android, and import it like as if it's a phenotype, and you can search and view the images. Future development, we are planning to have a standalone BIMS at breedwithbims.org for breeders without community databases. And then with the NRSP 10, we will work on supporting phenomics data and GWAS analysis capability, and global performance prediction capability, and further analysis tools and breeding decision tools. And we are also identifying sustainability models for all of our NRSP databases, including BIMS. So if you want to learn more about BIMS, you can go to breedwithbims.org and check out the manual video tutorials, and you can follow us on Twitter, and check out BIMS and GDV. You can view public data. And then we have a publication that just got accepted. And then you can contact us to ask questions, and you can ask for a specific webinar, like just for your group, and using this contact form, or you can email me directly. And this is the breedwithbims.org homepage. Okay. Again, we acknowledge all the funders and the community members. So thank you, and I'll answer any of your questions.